The gayest 90s music ever. This thing is like a dude barking. Check out the gliss. Elton John did not have that nose ring. Did Frank dye his hair? A life changer, that's who he is. He has bacon hands. Look at that. Come on. I don't know if I can put the cover on YouTube because there's some boobies. Don't laugh at me for this one. Oh my god. I'm gonna keep a little documentation of how many records I have so that in the future when I grow some more, I can look back on this and I can be like, damn, this is an addiction. Let's go check out some records. I'm gonna start off with the one that began this whole entire addiction of mine. Goodbye and Good Riddance by Juice WRLD. One of the best albums in my opinion because I'm a Juice WRLD fan and I'm very happy that I got this. I found it in an Urban Outfitters of all places and I was like, I need that. And it said Urban Outfitters exclusive, blue vinyl. So I bought it just because it was merch. And now I have like 30, more than 30. After Juice WRLD, I'm just gonna categorize it based on alphabetical order and the name of the artist. So coming up first, we got Albert White. Have no idea who this is. This is a good example of me first collecting records because I just went to thrift stores and got random records. This one came up. It's called Your Father's Mustache. Like, what? The gayest 90s music ever. 1890s, not 1990s. I was ready for like 90s groovy music, dude. This thing is like a dude barking. What you see here is what you get. It's pretty gay. I'm from the future. I filmed the previous footage, I don't know when. So I'm recording now, posting tomorrow, and I just want to update with what I've added to my collection since I recorded that footage. If it's me updating from the future, you'll know it's me from the future because I'll do this before I show you the record. All right, let's get right to it. Starting off with the first one, another addition to the A's, Anderson .Paak. I've wanted this record for a while and I found it in Amoeba and I picked it up right away. Saw this in the thrift store too. I like the song Moon River, first heard it by Frank Ocean, but I picked it up because I was like, you know what, let's give Andy Williams a chance. Those are the A's. Now for the B's. Picked this one up recently. I want to give more disco. This is a disco album that says promotional copy not for sale, but I bought it anyways. It's just disco music, just random disco music. It's called Broadway Magic Man. I have no idea what that means. Disco en français. This is I Will Survive, but in French. They'd be saying Je survivrai. And it has another song in the back that I don't know. But yeah, French disco. I said I was gonna buy some more, so I went crazy and bought another one. A super cool pickup, Bruno Mars 24 Karat Magic. I was actually contemplating buying this online and then Allison found it inside of a record store, so I picked it up right away. First of all, check out the gliss. But when you open it, this bro said, thank you for buying my album. Like, why does he post it up twice? And the back glistens too. Bruno Mars, Doo-Wops and Hooligans, classic album. Bill Cosby comedy album that I found in the thrift store, not so classic. I also got some packages related to my records and my record player, so we're gonna open those throughout. One of my new favorite bands after Juice WRLD sadly passed away became City Morgue. They're like a, I don't know how to explain their music, but I love it. City Morgue, As Good As Dead on vinyl. The City Morgue tapes are actually a compilation of 3. I have 2 of them right now, but this is the 3rd one called Bottom of the Barrel. They actually shipped this out saying it was explicit, but it's not. And I got my money back on this one because it wasn't explicit and it was false advertising. But I know I said I only have 2, and that's where our first package comes into play. Volume 1, my collection's finally done. Hell or High Water by City Morgue. This tape is crazy. Listen to Caligula if you can. And lastly for the C's, C418, the Minecraft tapes. Tell me this one ain't cool. Come on now. This was a dream pickup of mine, Daft Punk Discovery. I've been looking for this for so long, and I think they just repressed it because I found it. And they had a couple of them too. When I first bought it, I didn't realize it was so like sparkly, but it looks really nice. Rest in peace, Daft Punk, we miss you. For the B's, I got Views by Drake. And this one's actually funny because it has this GTA picture on the inside. Friends I don't have anymore. Yeah, GTA picture. Sir Elton John. This was owned by somebody who decided to put a nose ring on him. He also got a couple other rings. But Elton John did not have that nose ring. I haven't heard this album at all, but I wanted to pick it up because I don't have Elton John in my collection. So, bam! The previous owners also thought it was a good idea to label who was a doll and who wasn't. And for the E's, I got this Elvis record sang by a guy named Big Ross. It's just Elvis songs sang by Big Ross. And I got the Elvis soundtrack because I really like the movie, but it turns out it didn't have any songs from the movie. It was actually just the covers that were made for the promotional movie. But, I mean, Elvis. It's Elvis, what can you say? And finally, some actual Elvis, man. And it's that classic Elvis, the one that I like personally. But this one's kind of weird because it has a song that sounds similar to the one that's like, that's alright, mama. That's alright with you. That's alright, mama. But it's changed. It's so strange. Elvis changed the lyrics and it sounds so different. For some reason, he changed the lyrics on the song. I don't know if that's the original song or something, but It's the same beat, the same everything, just different words. Classic Elvis, I love it. In the F's, I have this band that always made me curious. They're all over thrift stores, and I also saw them in Family Guy, so I'm wondering if like their records are just everywhere, like they were mass produced or something and everyone has them. Foghat. This name is everywhere. I've never heard their music before until I got records. They're pretty good. Girls to Chat, Boys to Bounce, Rock and Roll Outlaws, Tight Shoes, this one's pretty good. Zigzag Walk, and now we got one that I just picked up recently, and I'm very happy that I found it. Endless. Frank Ocean. You can't say, don't look at the price, it doesn't even matter. As soon as I saw this, I bought it. This is one of the bootlegs actually. I have a couple of bootlegs in my collection, and the next Frank Ocean one is another bootleg because his stuff is like rare, but it's a beautiful boot. Even the inside is like, wow, right? Next, this is just a compilation of leaked songs from Frank Ocean, but this bootleg is pretty cool too. Check this out. Pink and white. Speaking of pink and white, we got blonde. I finally got it. It's a boot. As you can tell by, look, what? Deluxe edition? There was never a deluxe edition of blonde. There's not even extra stuff. They just put deluxe edition for some reason. Pretty good boot. It doesn't sound bad. I think when I first listened to it, it was kind of crispy, kind of crusty. It's still Frank. What am I gonna do? Pay like hundreds of dollars for the actual one? No. No. I'm still in the future, by the way. You see blonde, right? Tell me why I bought Channel Orange. Did Frank dye his hair? They got the blonde cover, put that thing in black and white, and changed his hair to orange and said Channel Orange. No. It wasn't advertised this way when I bought it online. It looked like normal Channel Orange, and then this showed up. The music's still good, but god damn, it's ugly. Yeah, these are my 2 new Frank Ocean records. And then I got an instrumental record by Freddie Gibbs from his album Bandana. I sometimes leave this sleeve on just because it looks cool, or because it has like stickers that are funny that I can't take off. Like this says, instrumental versions, we're gonna do a radio-friendly cut, but this is all we could come up with. For H, I have Hotline. I've listened to this record once, can't name a single song off of it, but look how cute it looks. For the J's, starting off with James Blake, amazing record, please listen to it. Big thank you to my friend Brandon for showing me this album in the first place, Assumed Form by James Blake. We have a music group chat and he sent it there. Random guy, who's James Blake? A life changer, that's who he is. I got Volcano by Jimmy Buffett. This one goes pretty crazy too. This was actually a thrift pickup too, so I was pretty lucky to find this. And some more Jimmy Buffett. I haven't heard this album, but because I like Volcano so much, I decided to grab it. Hopefully it's as good as Volcano. And then Johnny Mathis, You Light Up My Life. I don't think I've even put this on my record player. And now the man that started it all, Juice WRLD. Death Race for Love, boom. And the records themselves are pretty cool. Came with a poster. Fighting Demons, one of his last albums. The insert's crazy. The back is the same as the front. One thing to know about this album though, do not look at his hands. They look like bacon, bro. Look at his hands. He has bacon hands. I don't know what artist did that to him, but damn, they did him dirty. And goodbye and good riddance. Since you've already seen this one, let me show you some cool things I have to go with it. I got the plushie of the car that's actually on the cover. A little Porsche 911 fluffy guy. Look at that. And of course, if you've seen the Christmas video before this video, Allison gave me this. Handmade, little Juice WRLD. No pepperoni hands though. And of course, legends never die. ×2. I bought 2 because they released it on the website and it was the black vinyl. Bought it. The very next day they released the colored version, so I had to buy that one too. This is the black vinyl. I've never opened it. I don't know what to do with it because I don't want it. But the colored vinyl is kind of poopy anyways, so like both of them are pink. I think there was a purple option to buy it, but I just got the pink one. And lastly, the only 7-inch LP that I have in my collection, Smile by Juice WRLD and The Weeknd. They came out with a bunch of different album covers for this, but I bought this version. It's like a mix of the two, guys. One thing to note, the regular 7-inch records have a giant hole in the middle. This one has the normal hole. This might be one of my favorite records just off the look of it. Like, come on. Kanye and Kid Cudi killed it on this record. And the album art by Takashi Murakami, come on, he's a legend. We got Ye, but add another E and a Zus, and you got Ye Zus. This one is a little more crazy. It's another one of my bootlegs, believe it. PP Yellow. This is one of the first records that I bought on my trip to Amoeba Music. Very nice. College Dropout, Kanye West. How could I not say yes to this? Banger album for a banger price. $7.19, have to pick it up. But when I put it on the record player, all I got was half the album because whoever returned it to Target didn't include the other half of the album. So I have side A and side B, and then I have another side A and side B. Double the fun, I don't know. But this one's legit. 808s and Heartbreaks with the cause on the cover, oh my god. It's a trifold and it opens up to see a little Yeezus getting wrapped around by Cause's heart. And to my surprise, when I opened it up, it had a CD. It said it on the front when you buy it, but I honestly didn't look at the front. I just picked it up and bought it right away. It comes with a colorful lyric sheet, a picture of Heartbroken Ye, and a picture of Donda West. Ain't that beautiful? Why is he wearing golfing gloves? And into the other case, we got Kendrick. Damn was the first album that I picked up from him because that album is insane. They won a Pulitzer Prize. How can I not go insane? The back artwork is really cool too. Nice and green, nice and green. Good Kid, Mad City. Another great by the great. Look at little baby Kenny, isn't so cute. To Pimp a Butterfly? Come on. GOAT album art, GOAT track list, and a sleeper in his discography. Untitled Unmastered. I believe they were supposed to go onto Pimp a Butterfly, but they got taken off and put onto this. They're fine. Kenny Loggins. The first live album that I ever bought. I can't imagine how it was to see this guy live, because this album is really great. This was one of my other firsts that I got when I stopped buying the thrift store ones and started getting into like actual albums that I loved. American Teen meant a lot to me when I was in middle school, and now it's mine. Solstice by Leon Larregui. This one, I don't know if I can put the cover on YouTube because there's some boobies, but you can see it's signed. He was selling it on his website, but the only way you could buy it is if you bought a signed version, and they were like $100 or something pesos. I mean, Allison liked the album, so she said, purchase! Some beautiful songs on here though. Starting off the M's with a super special one. This one I just picked up as well, so I'll let you open it. The Divine Feminine by Mac Miller. Every time I've ever seen it drop, it sells out within seconds, but I finally got me a copy, and I'm very excited to listen to it. Huh, kitty? This is one of those records that I heard that you just have to have in your collection, so I picked up Thriller by Michael Jackson. My bad. Have you ever seen the full picture? He has a tiger on his knee. Don't laugh at me for this one, because this is actually so fire. The Minions Rise of Gru soundtrack, amazing. They basically got classic songs and remade them with like current artists. MCR Greatest Hits. I went to Aftershock and I became a fan, so I picked it up at Walmart. Thrift Find, Neil Diamond, I haven't heard this much. Kind of looks like the Kenny Loggins one, but I just haven't put it on the record. This is my introduction to Pharrell Williams, really. Another bootleg, but looks pretty cool. Percy Faith. It's kind of like Disneyland music, like the music you'd hear around walking Main Street, USA. And Pharrell himself. This is the first record I ever scratched, but I was handling it, and you're supposed to handle records like this so you don't touch the grooves and ruin the music. And it slipped out of my fingertips. I caught it with my knee against the cabinet, and you can see the little scratches all over the place. Pink Panther. This wasn't a thrift find. I found it at one of my favorite record stores. She's a killer queen. I got some Queen. As great as Queen is, none of their albums really speak to me, so I bought the greatest hits. And talk about Mr. Fahrenheit, his album's on fire, look at that. My one and only box set that I haven't put on my record at all. It comes with 5 different records, and I think my brother gifted me this, but I haven't played a single one, sorry, Ryan. I'll do it right now. And we got another R, the record cleaning brush. I bought it because every time I play my records, they always have dust on them. And I got this guy, it's kind of like a lint roller for your records, but sometimes it just doesn't do the trick. But maybe if I use them together, then my record can be squeaky clean. And this is to clean the stylus, I guess. Since we're on the topic of concerts, my very first concert was actually to Rihanna, the Anti-Tour. This record has been on my list for a long time, since I first started collecting, and it's textured. I think they just repressed this because I'm starting to see this everywhere, but I had to go pick it up because, oh my god. It might be the only Rihanna record that I actually go back and listen to intentionally. I got some good memories from that concert though. I remember Drake came out when Rihanna started performing Work, and there was a guy that opened for her. His name was like Travis Scott or something. I didn't know who he was at the time, so I was just like, eh. A Christmas album that I found at a thrift store. Looks very nice. Here's a Sex Pistols album I bought because I couldn't find Nevermind the Bollocks. And here's Nevermind the Bollocks. I never played the other record anymore. Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. Double-sided, and we got the original pictures on the inside. I think this is a really cool edition. One of my favorite records that I own, honestly. And some random Supertramp records that I bought because I liked their song Goodbye Stranger, and I thought the rest of the music would be like that. I forgot one. It's nighttime already, but the actual record with Goodbye Stranger on it. Breakfast in America surprised me. First of all, it has Goodbye Stranger, which is a banger song. And then the song Breakfast in America, I hadn't heard it before, but it's the one that goes, take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. And I know there was a song in the 2000s that went like that. I didn't know they were interpolating this song. When it started playing on the record, I was like, what? But this is the Supertramp record that I really wanted. SZA, Control's a great album. It came out in that middle school era for me. And that's when I first started getting into music. So, you know, I got some good memories from that one. Has another picture from the same exact photo shoot of the cover. And comes with a booklet full of pictures and drawings that she made while making Control. One of my first record buys from Amazon, Vampire Weekend. I want to get the rest of their collection because their music's really good too. Another one of my favorite albums. I love using this music. I love playing this music. Charlie Brown Christmas by Vince Guaraldi. Trio. I'm a sucker for Winnie the Pooh. Straight out of Disneyland. It's like super antique. It's kind of interesting to know how much history that Disney has. Like, look how they drew Tigger back then. It was ugly. Got the one and only album that I have from X, question mark. The inside has a really nice picture. And my very last one, Sonidas de Karmática Resonancia by Soe. Do you want to go see a Soe concert? Some psychedelic rock. Red record, yellow record. Red record, yellow record. Red record, yellow record. That's it. That's the entire collection. So let's see how much it grows. Oh, and right now I have the Audio-Technica LP60X with some random speakers that I've had since I was in middle school. That's it for me from the future. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed that. Enjoy the rest of the video.